That's right, and you are with Spaceman on LocalnLive, which is on 2XXFM 98.3. Welcome to the show. As I mentioned before, we have the special guests, Capo Creek. We've got Chris and Artem. How are you guys?
Hey guys.
Good, thanks. Hey, how you doing, Space?
Hot enough for you?
Yeah, I love it. It's nice and cool in here. Not as cool as you, though. You're very cool.
I am now.
You're pretty cool, Space. And Dave.
I appreciate you.
All right, lads, if you want to just quickly introduce yourselves and your role in Capo Creek.
Sure, I'm Chris. I'm the lead singer and the strummer, and I'm the songwriter. And I tend to say I write the songs, and Artem makes them sound great because he's the twinkle fingers. So I hand over to him. Let him tell us what he does.
Hi all, I'm Artem, and as Chris says, he writes the songs, and I make them sound pretty.
That's right. With the guitar, not the voice.
Hey, I do some backing vocals.
He's the lead guitarist.
So against it.
Brilliant guitar.
Nah, Chris is a great songwriter, and I'm kind of okay on the guitar, so that comes together
Very
quite well.
good on guitar.
It is a good union, good match. And if you could tell us how this all started, how did you guys meet? Where did the idea to form the band name, so on, etc.?
Right, so this whole story started in the year 1491. Oh, wait. Different story.
When your great-great-grandfather had an idea.
You know, I have it sometimes when we promote ourselves for gigs, say that Capo Creek, they want a blurb, say Capo Creek came from the great the long-lost planet of Capernia. And some people like it and some people don't. Go ahead, Adam.
Well, we started off a while back, as a duo, we started off about, 6-7 years now? We were in a few bands before that and met in a blues band, which sadly has now broken up, but out of the ashes rose Capo Creek.
Sure.
That was actually right at the end of one of the blues festivals in Goulburn.
Yeah, right.
We were sitting down just before it was kind of wrapping up. And what are we going to do next? And we thought, let's do a duo. And then the idea was that I'm going to be playing 12-string guitar and Chris is going to be playing 6-string guitar. And for the first year or two, I exclusively played 12-string on it.
He's doing lead breaks on 12-string guitar.
So this has contributed significantly to what can potentially be early arthritis.
Then we searched for names, and every name that we thought of, somewhere in the world there was a band called it. So out of frustration, I thought Capo is the guitar Capo, and I wanted we had a bit of a old country kind of feel, Creek. So Capo Creek. Searched, there was no bands, but we've since found out there is a wine ranch in California called Capo Creek Ranch.
No way, really?
And we used to get a little bit of their early email. You know?
Really?
Can you send us a dozen?
Yeah. Can I ask, did you actually reach out to them and said, hey guys, look,
No, we should have.
Maybe,
Should have. I was half expecting a cease and desist letter, but no.
or no, maybe you get I was going to say, maybe you could get a crate of wine or something sent to you or something like that. I don't know.
It's in California. Yeah.
Oh, well, there you
Go do a gig at their vineyard.
there you go.
They should fly us out.
Good call.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. My partner, Beck Shannon's a musician, and she can relate. She's been trying to find band names.
So hard.
And everything she comes up with, you think, no one's going to have that. She looks it up. Yep, someone's already thought of it.
Oh, well.
Do you know what I think is clever? And it's happened big time in Canberra, wineries and such, and they name wine bars. And they're I was talking to one a couple of years ago when Dear Prudence opened up, right? And I'm like a massive Beatles fan. I said, great name. And he said, the hardest thing to do in a wine bar is come up with a name. So we've just gone to these sort of well-known sort of pop culture names. So, yeah.
Right, yep.
Yeah. I mean, the best band names usually come to me in my dreams. Trouble is...
Can't remember.
I mean, she's probably start recording what I say in my dreams as well, and then just go through with the transcript like Sheldon Cooper does.
Then you'll be forming bands left, right and centre. How many bands do you want to be in?
He's already in 3.
I'm in 3 at the moment, yeah.
Well, let's talk about Capo Creek.
Sure.
Earlier this year, you released an album in June, I believe. You've had a few launch gigs. But yeah, tell us about the process of putting the album together.
Yeah, well, we had, when we say launches, everything was a launch for a while. Once the album was out, every gig, this is our album launch. But we had a couple of really...
This is the pre-launch, this is the after party.
We had a couple of really great ones. One was out at the Bunker in Queanbeyan. We had a full house there, and then we did a big one in the big room at Smith's just a few weeks ago, which was probably our big launch, and that was a full house too. So that was
that
great.
Got sold out in actual fact.
Yeah, people standing room, people couldn't even get in. So that we were so over the moon about that. But yeah, look, I had all these songs. Most of these songs, well, at least half of them, maybe more than half, I had written before I'd even met Artem, and then wrote a couple more during our time playing together. But I'd bring them to him one by one every now and again. I'd say, "Do you reckon we should see if this works in our live set?" And Artem's really good in just bringing something, musically like the trills and the licks and make it, So all the
embellishments
and put on a great lead show, lead break. So one by one, these are working in our live sets. I had probably more ballads, but I started writing a few more of the boppier ones, and Zachary is my partner. Over a year ago, said, "You should get these down. These are, they're good songs, and you guys play them well together." So we did an album.
So this is your debut album?
Yeah, debut album. If you come to our gigs, we play. We used to play nearly almost covers, and then we'd start introducing our originals, and now it's be half and half. We depending on the gig. If it's a long gig, we'll do half and half. If it's a short gig, we'll just do all originals. And this is an album of 10 originals, and we are a duo, but we invited other great musicians from Canberra to...
and those musicians had many more albums behind their belts.
Tell them who they are.
All right, so
it's one of the questions on my list here.
Well,
you had a few friends playing bass,
ahead,
harmonica, the fiddle.
Yeah, so there's quite a few musos there, but I'll start off firstly acknowledging... David Pendragon, which is Pendragon, Mr. Pendragon, who was our producer and the technician, and also Oscar Rasco, and Jack
Buchanan.
Jack Buchanan, possibly, yes. So those are the people behind the desk,
the studio,
controlling it all, and telling us how crap we are. But what makes this album extra special? Essentially, we've got a really stellar lineup of people helping us record this. We've got Jonathan Jones on the drums, who over the years has been playing in a bunch of different bands, from Eric Bogle to Eric Bogle. And also we've got a lovely couple there, Matt Nightingale and
Jacqueline Brady.
Bradley, sorry. And we've got DJ Gosper on the harp on one of the songs.
Wow.
So Matt Nightingale was playing the bass. Most of the songs upright bass, but electric on one or two. And Jacqueline was the fiddle.
And we also have Margie
Curran
on a couple of songs doing some
incredible
backing vocals. Yes.
Wow.
So that alone is worth the $20. People get on Bandcamp and buy the album.
So
it out there.
Find it on Bandcamp.
You can find it everywhere. It's on Spotify, it's on Bandcamp, it's on Apple Music.
The streaming sites.
And you can get an actual artifact and buy a CD as well.
So we're going to play the title track. The album being called Running Out. The title track, the same name, Running Out.
Yep.
Tell us about this song.
Running out the stores.
This is, I should say, the theme of the album is There's No Theme. We deliberately crossed genres here. So we give a nod to the blues, we give acoustic rock, folk set, and this is our nod to what I like to call outlaw country. I just decided one day, I want to write a country song and an outlaw song and a bit of fun. So that's what this is.
Nothing wrong with that.
All right, well, let's have a listen. This is Running Out by Capo Creek.
made it through the desert with a sheriff on my tail for something that he knows I didn't do. And I'm feeling frail. I skipped my bail. I'll go on out to the open place while he tries to make his point. Seems he has decided I'm the one. He should have known it. I need another joint. Good times, they come and go. Seems like I've had a drought. Believe in luck, but I think mine is running out. I'll head on up to the high country, maintaining my disguise. Folks up in the high country don't look you in the eyes, and I think that's wise. Good times, they come and go. Seems like I'm in a drought. Don't believe in luck, but I think mine is running out. If I come across a shanty town, I guess I'll pass right through it. That sheriff's not inclined to give up. He will pursue it, but I didn't do it. Good times, they come and go. Seems like I've had a drought. I don't believe in luck, but I think mine is running out. Yeah, good times, they come and go. That there is no doubt. I don't even believe in luck, but I guess mine's about to run out. It's running out. I'm running it out. Running out.
You're listening to 2XX FM, people-powered radio.
Yes, that's right. We're back here on Local and Live. My name's Dave Baratta. I am the guest, not the host, the guest of the wonderful Spaceman Africa here, and we are with a great band here. We've been talking off air, and let me tell you something. You're listening to quality Champagne Radio right now with Spaceman Africa, with our guest, and with me, Dave. Big fella. Got to ask, man, how awesome was that last track? That was pretty awesome.
Thank you.
Yes, very awesome.
I like
yes.
it. I've got to say, I'm not hating that. I'm not. That is not on the hatred list.
That, if you've just joined us, we are talking with Capo Creek. That
Absolutely.
was their track "Running Out" from their titled, the album with the same name,
Yep.
"Running Out,"
Absolutely.
debut album, available on the streaming sites.
Exactly right. And you're listening right now to 2XXFM People Powered Radio 98.3 on the FM dialer. We do stream live on the World Wide Web at 2xxfm.org.au. And do check us out on Facebook and Instagram. This is Local Live with the legendary Spaceman. Big guy. Woo! What's coming up next?
Well, we're going to chat with the lads, continue our chat. Now, rumour has it that you guys have a gig this Friday at the Irish Club.
We do.
Certainly do.
Nice one.
This will be the Friday night WTF that they Welcome to Friday
Yep.
gig series they have going on, starting 8
Last
p.m.
last Friday one before Christmas.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I thought you meant...
So if people go to the show, what can they expect?
Well, this is going to be a different kind of show because it's just 2 sets, starts from 8, and we're going to do 1 set as a duo, and we'll throw in some of our album tracks there, but a lot of the covers as well. And then after the break, we're going to be joined by a couple of musicians to do basically the rest of the album. That'll be John Jones, who is on the album, but be John Van Buren on stand-up bass for us. So we'll bring it home with the band.
Nice.
You mean the double bass?
What did I say?
Stand-up bass?
Stand-up bass, yeah.
Yeah,
Upright bass. Upright.
It's samesies. It's samesies, isn't it?
All right.
It's going to be quite varied. A bit of something for everyone. The beautiful originals, some covers.
Yes. We do have a bit of a knack for taking a well-known rock anthem and then just making it acoustic.
Yes, the
first time we played "Whole
Zeppelin,
Lotta
I
Love"
believe.
acoustically, feedback was, "Oh, you guys are brave." And then over the years, it became like a staple act, really.
That's our shtick.
requested,
Like we
yeah.
will pick a big rock anthem and do it acoustically, but rock it up, and it works well. Especially with the lightning fingers here.
So that's this Friday. It's free admission. Get along there at the Irish Club, and there'll be from 8 till 10-ish or
Till
something.
late, yeah.
2 sets.
From 8 till late.
Yeah,
Probably some encores.
8 till they finish. Yeah. And what's happening next year for you guys?
Well, we are continuing to work on kind of spreading our album to different kinds of markets across Australia and the world.
Sure.
We're playing the Cabargo
there was a
Folk
sale.
Festival.
Hold on. Well, there was a sale from Portugal, so that was.
Yeah.
In actual fact, that cost us more to send than we made from it. And yes, as Chris mentioned, we are playing at the Cabargo Folk Festival in late February, early March next year.
That's a great gig.
Yep.
Yeah. We're really pleased to do
And yeah, so
First
upwards and
festival
onwards
gig.
from there, we are planning sort of
that.
a
Yeah,
new
we do.
album.
We've got a few things lined up, haven't we?
I've already come up with a name for our next album. Called Creaking Joints.
I thought our next album should be Capo Creek, the best of. And then the third one, Capo Creek, the golden years.
And that's before
And then
we
the
actually
acoustic
met.
album.
The anthology.
You could replicate Sinead O'Connor's album. Just basically, we don't want what we haven't got. You could do that one. I don't think they'd mind.
But we got creative plans, but it's all kind of in the works. We're hoping it's going to work, and we're hoping that people are going to like this album as well. Sure.
So stay tuned. Watch this space. Not me space, but the Capo Creek space.
Absolutely.
Now, before we went to air, I asked you guys a random question that you chose randomly. What number was it? 3? 3.
Yeah.
All right. If your music could be the soundtrack for any movie or TV show, what would it be?
The Matrix.
The Matrix. And why is that?
Well, because it feels a little bit surreal. We feel like we are plugged in. We're trying to reach out, but we're never quite there.
And you'd get a lot of exposure. I mean, that's a popular movie,
It is, yeah.
And Chris?
Yeah, I've got a different answer, and it's a double-barreled answer. I'd love. The other night I watched Clint Eastwood's Unforgiven again.
Oh, wow. That's a great movie, dude.
I love the movie. I hadn't watched it for a few years.
Yeah.
And every few years I'll watch it again.
Yeah.
And I thought, running out our time track, I'd love that to be in that movie.
Right.
But the other
Especially
part of
some of
my
the ballads,
answer
they'd
is...
be really good for that because they're like kind
some
of
of the ballads go
lovey-dovey.
through it. One of our ballads is about addiction, and it was specifically about gambling addiction, but it could be applied to anything. And it was nothing autobiographical or any of this. I just thought, I like to. That's how I write songs. I think, okay, I put myself in a situation. I thought, okay, I think about what it would be like and what someone would lose. So I would love that song. It's called This Friend. I'd love that to be the soundtrack of an yet-to-be-made movie about someone who loses everything and has to bring themselves back there. So any filmmakers out there, check out This Friend on Capo Creek's Running Out album.
Well, we're going to go out with your track, She Don't Know My Name. Tell us about that one.
Yeah, this is just another... quite a frivolous song, and this is our nod to the blues. We were both members of the Blues Society, and we played there on and off. Artem more than me, but in his other outfits. But we play acoustically together a bit, so we always want to have a bit of blues in what we do. This is a fun song, a bit of blues. On the album, there's a lot of ballads and some quite poignant stuff, but there's some frivolous fun, and this is one of those.
Oh, there's actually a fun fact about this song. Now, the title track is She Don't Know My Name.
I love fun facts.
And every time my dad comes to one of our gigs, he says, "That's not grammatically correct." She doesn't know my name. But anyway, so it works for us.
Where's your father from? Notice you put on a little bit of an accent
He's
there.
Russian.
Russian. So it's
Artem's Russian.
he said that to me at one.
But I'm in no hurry, so.
He said that to me at one gig. Artem's dad, I love him. He's a great muso in his own right. And he said, "I need to talk to you." He says, "She don't know my name. She does not know my name." And I said, "Oh yeah, look, I'm just it's poetic license." And he goes, "Grammar is grammar," with a smile on his face.
I'm a big fan of Magic Dirt. They have an album called What Are the Rock Stars Doing Today? But it doesn't have a question mark on the end. They received a letter from a professor at a university in the UK telling them off,
really?
you need to have the question mark.
No.
And the band are like, no, there's no question mark.
There's no question there.
Anyway, lads, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks,
Thank
mate.
you
Cheers,
for
mate.
coming on
Thanks for
Local
having
and
us.
Live.
Great to come on board, boys.
Once again, catch the guys this Friday at the Irish Club from 8 o'clock, where you'll get some of their acoustic different stylings on from 8 o'clock, and then later on they'll be joined by some extra musos playing some cool covers, and it is free admission. All right, this is now She Don't Know My Name, Capo Creek.
Just as that's sweet, but she don't know my name, and she don't wanna know my name. She knows I love her madly, but she don't even know my name. Her name is Rebecca, and she went to my school. I told her I would marry her. She said, "You're a fool," but she don't know my name, and she don't wanna know my name. She knows I'm crazy for her, but she don't care to know my name. She don't want to know my name. She knows I really love her, but she don't even know my name. Her name is Tallulah, and she's more than she seems. I told her I could be her man, she said in your dreams, but she don't know my name. And she don't want to know my name. She knows I love her madly, but she don't care to know my name. She knows I love her madly, but she don't care. She knows I'm crazy for her, but she don't care. She knows I really love her, but she just don't care to know my name.
People Powered Radio 2XX FM 98.3 and at 2xfm.org.au. Part of the Canberra community for 5 decades. A volunteer not-for-profit community station accessible to all. Local voices, local issues, local ideas, local music. If independence and diversity are important to you, become part of the 2XX FM community by subscribing, donating, sponsoring or volunteering. Your support is all we need. Go to 2xfm.org.au.